Greetings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes, or lowest common denominator or toilet humor. And we
Oh, see,
have
I thought our lowest was like 2.
eh, and we have Greg Hartwick in the chat so far. So hopefully we'll see more people show up.
Gee. Well, how you doing, Greg?
See, it's a National Coming Out Day, so just gotta get this off my chest. I am a cis man. I mean, it's out there now. Okay.
You're making a mistake.
Uh, well, apparently the Los Angeles City Board of Education is using it as something of a call to action, doing a week-long thing on this.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me more.
LA USD kicks off week-long celebration for National Coming Out Day, according to ABC 7. Let me see if I can get the thing up, actually. I'll read this.
I've already seen about a dozen. Well, they have a whole month. Can't they do it this then?
Oh, one of those.
Oh, what a bunch of dopes.
Screen kick off. Share. Gotta do so much just to get this thing up and running. All right, we have the kickoff celebration. Los Angeles KABC, the Los Angeles Unified School District, I think it's kicking off a week-long celebration. Yeah, we already know that. The day, which is marked on October 11th, is the day in support of LGBTQ plus community. For schools in the LA US SDA. And this is a week-long week of action. One of the district's websites you can find the number of lesson plans and activities that can better support students this week. Teachers will have the option to adapt lesson plans to better suit the needs of students. And looks like the rest of it I need to subscribe. I have to read.
Yeah. Well, good for them.
Yeah.
I think all schools should do that, especially the ones in red states.
Oh, that would go over well. But then again, that would be kind of the point.
I imagine a lot of people would get fired. Thanks to some judges and hate-filled lawmakers down in Florida, they've manipulated the no treatment to trans children, and they've interpreted it to mean adults too. So there's no gender treatment in Florida. Yeah, in Florida, none. Not for adults, not for kids.
Yeah, that's terrific.
And their constitution said it's legal. Now I don't know what they'll say compared to say the U.S. Constitution, but
yeah, I imagine that would have to be challenged on the federal level.
Mm-hmm.
I do know federal constitution and all that does overturn whatever the state its constitution says.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more on what they're doing in Los Angeles. Looks like they're focusing on anti-bullying prevention during the month.
Okay.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm. Bullying is a a big part of why there's school shootings and things like that.
Yes, I remember the big one when I think it was the Columbine shooting. Though I was still in high school for when that really went down. That was largely due to the kids being bullied.
Mm-hmm. And as having been one of those kids, I have to admit that there were definitely times when I went home, which we didn't think the same as kids nowadays, but I think, geez, I wish he was dead or something like that. Not that I wish I could go kill him,
Yeah.
which is different. But you really hate what you go through every day, and there's no end in sight.
I know. I was horrendously bullied throughout school. Though, unfortunately, after the whole school shooting thing in my time, the teachers started harassing me, figuring I fit the profile of such a person who would do such a thing. That was
Hmm.
fun. Getting pulled out of class so every month or so to get patted down by the fucking cop.
Really?
Yeah,
God, this is Florida, right?
yeah. This was after the Columbine shootings.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was up in arms and just, oh well, that kid there fits the profile of what these kids did, and so keep a let's worry about whatever this person is thinking. It's just ridiculous.
That's just, I don't know. Things just things just weren't like this when I was a kid.
I can imagine things have gotten worse since then too.
I would expect so. Sadly, the first one of the first stabbings in Milwaukee public schools happened at our school the 1st October after I graduated, and it's been downhill ever since. And what really pissed me off is when we first started seeing these random nutcases opening up on everybody. It was some guy in his mid 40s or something like that going out and blowing a bunch of people at work away. And within about 2 years, the fad, and I do use that intentionally, it trickles down to college students. Now the college students are shooting people up. That age group, not specific
Yeah.
cases here. And then after that, the middle high school students had their turn, and then suddenly it's into elementary school. And you see this happen with like fads in life that it starts out with adults and it moves downward, and everybody gets into it at some point. Some of course start other places, but a lot of them start with adults and trickle down that way. And this is just sadly something I thought in my head the first shooting there was. I said, "Oh boy."
Gee, maybe we'll do so. Yeah, maybe we'll do something once we get down to the daycare mass shootings.
Oh, you mean like happened in Israel?
Oh yeah. Oh,
How's your
let's get
how's your
joke.
how's your pupper?
She's playful right now. She's handing me a noisy ball that she wants me to throw.
Hi, Skitsy.
So maybe something a little bit lighter than school shootings here.
Yeah, well, happy National Coming Out Day.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. I'm
Mark
gay.
Caesar. Oh, you're gay. Oh.
I'm gay. Yeah, I am.
I hear that. Yeah, I've been hearing these rumors that you're trans as well.
No, no.
No,
I had
no,
that.
no, no.
I was cured of that.
Oh, okay.
Well, now that's a question: is somebody trans after they've transitioned medically and it's all done?
Hmm.
Are they trans? I don't think
Hold
so.
on. The R and Ra issue of the dog barking in the middle of a stream.
No, I don't mind.
I wonder if someone showed up with a package or something. I'll have to check. Do that later. Pretty safe neighborhood. I can leave a package out there. You're on the doorstep.
Oh, that's good. We
Yeah.
can get away with that here too.
There, maybe the mailman showed up, or maybe she just heard another dog barking out there. So, what's this I was hearing about? The Supreme Court looking at possible issues on conversion therapy for kids.
Yeah, somebody's going to is approaching that from the angle of religious freedom.
Yeah.
So they feel it's religious right to exercise somebody who doesn't need anything of the sort. And
They're
with the court that we have, it'll be passed.
probably. Yeah, so their religious freedom him to exert their religious freedom on others.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, I don't think they'll necessarily consider the fact that it's banned in Canada and it's banned in Europe and it's banned in England. I think it's banned in England. Um, so we won't really have any precedent to go on. And those places have banned it long before we even talked about it.
I know it's banned in like half the states. It's from a state level thing.
Is it? I've not paid attention to all that. That's true?
Yeah, it's like about half the states have it banned on a
Mm-hmm.
state level.
I know we banned it here locally. Um, in La Crosse, I should say. I don't live in La Crosse,
Hmm.
but I help.
Good.
And the conservatives, like usual, couldn't accept our decision and kept coming back with this lawyer, that lawyer, this suit, that suit. It's like, come on, you people. Wouldn't you just accept that the majority of citizens around you don't agree with your bullshit? Go away. Ugh. I'm coming out as a religion hater.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody see the lovely video today? It's making the rounds big time.
I don't think so.
Senator Tommy Tuberville getting out of a jet, foolishly trying to carry two suitcases, one of them on wheels, down the steps with them, and he takes a header and you know does a butt bump sliding down about 8 or 9 steps.
Nope, I did not see that one.
Yeah, and people are saying all kinds of things.
Mm. Then again, I haven't really been home until I was only home until about almost 12 noon by the time I got back, and had to do a lot of running around.
Well, it was pretty funny. He deserves a good stick in the ass. I the comment I made about it was, let's see if I can remember it now. Oh yes, this was the special secret plan hatched by the Navy SEALs. That's called, there's the drop the dope exercise. Never mind. I like that. It was funny. I did quote it right there. I hear George Santos is at it again.
Oh,
He's on the line for some was it $12,000 or $20,000 from his campaign contributions. Took it, put it in his personal bank account. That's not legal.
no, it's not.
And of course, the Congress has not even said a word.
Of course not.
It's like the Republicans want to have criminals in office. That's the only thing I can think.
What, they just want a speaker that has 91 charges on them and can't legally be speaker anyway because of their own rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish the American people would just wake up and realize that they need to hire people who are experienced and capable, not who carry on some ideologue.
That would be nice.
Sorry, you folks. See, science is real. We're gonna have to all just stop wishing on those little fountains and stuff.
Let's see here. Demon Orb, hello.
Hey, Demon. Who did they exercise you from today?
I got some chicken feed from my chickens since I was running low, and the guy didn't notice me there right away, so I kind of walked around the farm a little bit, checking out the places, and they had some emus there. Emus.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wonder if you could keep one of those in your yard.
It might be a bit too.
Go ahead.
Might be a bit too big for my yard.
Raise it for a year or two, then lots of turkey dinner. Well, you need a big oven to do one of those suckers, wouldn't you?
Maybe do it over an open flame, big bonfire kind of thing.
Yeah, it'd be even more primitive. I'd like it. Or fried chicken. Okay, well, which part would you like? I'd like a leg. It needs a brace on the outside edge to hold up.
Leg about the size of a small child.
Oh, jeez.
They also had some goats there, and they had a donkey, and there was this pig that was just kind of roaming around free.
Well, since we're kind of touching on Republican silliness, the congresswoman from Wyoming who replaced Liz Cheney, some middle-aged 50-some-year-old biddy-looking type woman, walked into the Congress today with a what do you call a rodeo rope? What do you call those things?
Lasso?
Yeah. With a whole lasso with 50-foot rope and everything. That was interesting. I Can't imagine what she's going to do with it. And then the other one, let's see, Catherine Mead, Congresswoman from I don't know where. She's actually quite attractive, but nuts. Something went on, and I think some people criticized her for something, and she took offense to it, and so she decided that she was going to wear a white t-shirt with out of with red electrical tape, the letter A, the big letter A, tight stuck to your shirt, right about breast height, you know. It's and she's taking on some kind of like, oh, woe is me, oh, I'm such a victim here, kind of thing. So now people are calling her an adulterer because she announced it as her scarlet letter.
Okay.
Okay, fine, you're an adulterer. I don't care. People just don't think this shit through.
If you could see my face right now, you'd probably get a kick out of it.
What'd you do?
It's kind of a right. Yeah, you do you. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, the war in Israel and Palestine thing. That's a mess.
It certainly is.
I noticed a lot of we support Israel, we support Palestine, and going back and forth on Twitter the other day.
Well, they've both done such horrible things.
Yeah, I know. It's not exactly good guys versus bad guys here.
You got Benjamin Netanyahu up there, and as prime minister, he's just an absolute fascist. In fact, he's been pushing the country towards a dictatorship for years, just like Trump is doing. And this just gives him a real easy way to walk in and do that. You know, he's martial law away from doing it. So it's just a bad situation for everybody.
Yeah. I feel bad mostly for all the civilians having to put up with all this.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones caught in the crossfire.
And I suspect on both sides intentionally so. I really don't see a good guy in this situation at all. I'm not going to say I support Israel. I'm not going to say I support Palestine. I'm just disgusted by the whole thing, that all these adults can take all this time and all this brain power and all this technical capability and still come down to just hate each other in the next day. And it's like, I'm sick of this shit. It's been going on for my entire life. Every other week there's more bullshit about what's going on in the Mideast. I am so sick of it. I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. I hope they kill all of each other. I just wipe them all out. You know, you go have your little war and do what you want in your heart, but keep me out of it.
Yeah.
For me, it just really stopped being about the Holocaust and biblical bullshit a long time ago. That it was clear that these people were going to hate each other for all time and aren't making any effort whatsoever to reconcile and change things. It's just, you know, the Jewish people who went through the Holocaust are about 99.9% gone now. It's no longer about that. Okay, it's not about that anymore. Now it's just fucking regional politics with people who are too immature to talk peace.
Very much like the Hatfields and McCoys kind of thing on a grander scale.
Yeah. They have no idea why they're hating each other anymore. They just do. You're lucky, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, most of what I've been hearing about is coming out of Twitter, so I saw maybe a few news articles on it in my rounds, but
Yeah, Jin, I don't disagree, but I'm not going to quit trying to make it that to us to actually live that way, um, instead of all the bullshit.
anyway, we're trying to find lighter topics.
Well, tell us all about your experience coming out. Well,
Well,
you don't have to keep it a secret anymore.
yes, I am an atheist. No, actually, that is actually usually my coming out story. The first person I told when I finally came to the conclusion, yeah, I am an atheist, was my uncle, or one of my uncles.
I realize the um, assigned notoriety of today, being National Come Out Day. Coming out is more than just sexuality. I think coming out is something some people do politically. It's a crisis in their life. Um, I just think there's a lot more. It's hard for um, two adults sometimes to come out and express their love for each other.
Hmm.
And it's how is coming out any different than that? It's not.
Yeah, that's true.
People are challenged to speak their truth, and it's very, very hard to go against the grain.
Yeah, I know. Like, just living around here, my neighbors, I keep my mouth shut about my political views
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just surrounded by MAGA-loving conservatives. And I don't know what they'll do if they were to find out where my positions. And I don't need that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't scream for the other side if I lived in enemy country. That's. I'm glad you're that aware to do that. I'd hate to see you get hurt.
I
Have you?
suspect. Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
suspect it'd be vandalism more than being hurt.
Mm, yeah. Do you ever? I mean, um, between the Nazi front and climate change, do you have any thought in your heads about getting out of Florida?
The thought has crossed my mind. Yes.
That must really suck having to even entertain a thought like that.
Yeah, most recently was with the price gouging with the electric bill, of whether I could even afford to continue living here if that keeps going on.
Yeah, explain that to me. What happened with that?
About a year and a half ago, oh, I think it was Commission's office is granted the electric company around here the permission to raise their prices to an extraordinary amount, and they've been slowly increasing it over the past year and a half.
What's the rationale for raising it?
That's the part that's in question. Apparently, there's been some legal challenges to it, and in the Florida Supreme Court, came to the conclusion that yeah, we can't evaluate this. You didn't say you there's you didn't justify this increase in any real way, so we can't really rule on this. But what they did rule on was that the office who makes these decisions and rubber stamps this stuff, doesn't get to just do it willy nilly anymore. They have to give detailed reasoning behind why they're giving the go on these kind of things. So that's a good thing.
I have no idea how they do it in other states, but when I was in Wisconsin, they had a consumer service bureau. I forget its exact name, but it was a body that sat there and had to give approval for any of the utilities that were publicly owned to justify what they're doing with the rate increases and stuff like that, and precisely how much is it going to be, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And
Okay.
apparently, there's maybe from what I was hearing, it was basically some DeSantis goon got on the board, and there's been and the power companies apparently donated to DeSantis, so they get a little kickback on what they can do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks for your support. Go ahead and rape. It's
Yeah.
fucking Republicans. Have you seen those pictures of DeSantis? Some people are obsessed with his shoe wear and say that he wears shoe lifts. And he points at his favorite cowboy boots, and he looks at that heel and says, "That's no bigger heel than any other cowboy boot." Blah blah blah. And you look at it and you go, yeah, no, it's not, is it? But then people gotten pictures of him wearing his boots when he's sitting down and his pants leg comes up, and so you see most of the top of the boot, not just the pointy toes. And so it goes up his leg. But if you look at how his legs are, and you superimpose a human skeleton on them, you will see that the feet are in the exact same position as a woman who's in like 5 or 6 inch heels. Okay, and then if you look at the boot and the pressures and wrinkling on the boot, where the foot is pushing against the leather or something like that, it looks pretty much like the configuration of a woman wearing 5 to 6 inch heels. So he's got these internal internal lifts that hide in boots. So it sounds like he's actually about 5'4". Oh, it's so funny. I would love to see if it's true. I kind of have no doubt that it's true. There's a lot of men, a lot of politicians throughout time that feel the need to fake their height. There used to be this actor, Alan Ladd. I guess in his time they considered him a good actor. He did lots and lots of westerns and some detective shows and movies. It was kind of a love interest for Hollywood and stuff like that. And he was short. He was real short. And the studios, when they made movies with him, would have to go through extra lengths to be able to make him look as tall as or taller than the leading woman. And so they would sometimes dig a trench for the woman to walk in as they're walking down the whatever.
Yeah, or perspective stuff.
And they had his own personal apple boxes. Those are just a series of wooden boxes. There's like a 3-inch one, a 6-inch one, an 8-inch one. And the director will call, give me an 8-inch box. And everybody knows what it is. And that they'll have them standing on those kinds of things, because movies don't show you everything. And it's easy to cheat. In fact, it's called cheating the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess apparently he was also only about 5'4" or something like that.
Yeah, looking at a close up of his boots, it does look like there's some kind of lift or something in the heel.
Yeah, it does. I hope you find the one where somebody sketched a skeleton on the picture, superimposed. I don't care if he's short, but it's like women don't laugh at men who are bald; they laugh at men who comb over. Especially when it's as bad as crumbs.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to get more serious about taking care of my hair, personally. So, oh, I think I found the picture. Let's see here, pull it up a little bit.
We're going to put it on the screen.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Maybe he's doing it because he wants to impress and then hit on the adulterer.
Shoot. Oh, error. There's a superimposed feet.
No, that's an even better one.
Oh, it's even better one.
It's kind of not fair unless they show an actual photograph of the configuration of his feet when he's standing there, because then this is just obviously a sketch,
Yeah.
and so anybody can cheat in there. They should have his actual feet in there. No, the one I saw, it's just kind of roughly drawn in with a yellow whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm not seeing that one, but yeah, I realize I probably have to change out the shampoo I've been using. It's been like the wrong type of shampoo for my hair.
What's wrong with that?
It's just a Head and Shoulders shampoo,
Oh,
but I've been using a dandruff shampoo and been looking more closely at the scalp and all that, and evaluating hair type and all that, and I'm beginning to think, maybe I don't actually need a dandruff shampoo. I just been using. I need something more for dry scalp.
well, that's what dandruff is, flaking off scalp skin.
Well, there's two different things. You got the dry scalp dandruff, and then you have the fungal thing or whatever dandruff, and it's the head and shoulders is more for the other type, not for dry scalp type. But so
Oh, there was a really neat show on public television last night. I don't think it was Nova, but definitely a sciencey program. It was a documentary of a guy who, remember maybe a year or so ago, there was a couple days worth of news of some humpback whale that breached and came down right on top of this guy and another person in their kayak, and they lived.
yeah.
This guy was apparently a photographer or naturalist or something like that, and he decided that it was his mission to find that whale. And so it went through the whole science of whale identification and all these people who have made it their life to identify specific whales by their damages on their fluke or on their pectoral fins.
Oh, interesting.
It was, because it took this whale. This whale apparently had been known since it was born.
Huh.
They had been following it for like 7 or 8 years. And they knew it was from down in Guatemala, or I think that was what they said. And then it was up here in California, which is where it all happened. And apparently the area where it actually happened is just off the coast of, I should say the port of, what was that? Some coastal town in California between LA and San Diego. San something or other, I just don't remember.
Hmm.
There's where the port opens up for this town into the sea. There's an underground trench that's deep enough that's why the whales like it. And apparently the trench goes down 12,000 feet. and extends out west from the thing. And it gets wider and wider and wider and deeper and deeper and deeper. Um, it was just a very, very interesting show. A lot of good stuff to learn. And they did find the whale.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
But they told stories of actual big fucking humpbacks. I mean, they're huge. They're huge. And humpbacks helping human beings who were in trouble in the sea. They highlighted on this one woman who they thought was being attacked and that the whale was trying to kill her. And what they figured out once you got closer to the surface of the water and they could see what was going on, the whale was pushing her, guiding her, back to her boat because there were sharks coming after her.
Oh, interesting.
And somebody else has studied things like that, and some whales, humpback whales seem in particularly interested in doing it. Just dozens and dozens and dozens of reports from all along the West Coast and South America, West Coast, of whales saving people's lives and saving other animals' lives. In that it's just what they do. They seem to be genuinely altruistic.
Huh. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And speaking of whales, did y'all see the latest clip of Donnie making some stupid statements? He started talking about how the whales are being killed by the wind turbines, the power generators, and it's driving them nuts. There used to be none. There used to be no dead whales on the beach here. Now there are 3 or 4 a week. That's kind of crap. Okay, and so somebody, I don't know if they chanced upon it or researched it and found out the information that Donnie was using was, he kind of like misinterpreted it, 1, and 2, didn't really kind of announce it accurately. Somebody found a paper that discussed this incident where they've been having an increase of dead whales, a couple, when they might see 1 or 2 a year, that they see, 3 or 4 a year, or something like that in Wales. That the whole article was not about whales; it was about whales, and the power company and the wind things, and just how could you get what he said out of that? I just don't get it.
Well, you read part of it and then make the rest up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think you're right. They showed the headline from the article. I missed it. I just wish our politics would go back to normal, where we have thinking people and people with hearts and stuff like that. I'm just tired of the evil people trying to run the country, the world.
That's how I always remember it being.
No, it's way different. It's just way different. Yeah, there was lunacy then too, but and there were control fights, but you didn't have people attacking each other in the street over issues. People would talk to each other over issues. You could go into a neighbor bar and they'd be yelling at each other about something that the government's doing, but then they sit down and have a beer and say, they're all assholes, and everybody's friends again. And that's not happening anymore. It's the divides happen and they're permanent. It's way different today. Of course, tappers were only a quarter then too, so
Hello.
Who's here now?
You gotta
Hi, Randall. Randall, it's National Coming Out Day. Are you going to come out today?
came
Mark
out. It was
did.
too bright. Went back inside.
Mark did. Al did, and Greg did. It's your turn. Demon said no, thank you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Cure dandruff, shave your head. Well, that sounds like good advice, Mark.
Yeah, but then you don't have any hair. So I'll save that if I start really going bald.
Well, this is why they make wigs. You can get a wig. You look better than Trump's hair. Wonder if anybody's made a Trump wig.
I imagine they have. Yep, there's plenty of Trump wigs out there.
Hmm. Wouldn't you love to see a parade of like 10,000 people all wearing Trump wigs?
Yeah, 10,000 people dressed as Trump with the orange spray tan stuff and the Trump wig. Yeah, that'd be good.
Mm-hmm. And a pillow so they look like they're 215 pounds.
Yeah. Can't forget that.
Yeah, the Republicans have wasted no time in blaming Joe Biden for the Hamas's idiocy. And they're starting to call it, well, we should be supporting Israel, not Ukraine. Like we can't do both.
Oh, there we go. There's a Trump hat with a Trump wig.
I want a Trump hat that says "Making America Gullible Again." Yeah, here we're going to get a bunch of rain too, Randall. Where are you? Are you out east? There's supposed to be some storm coming in that's going to whack the Northwest. They're talking maybe 2 feet of snow in higher elevations of Wyoming and other, those rocky type states. Oh, okay. And then it's gonna head this way, and we're gonna have a couple of days of rain here. They said, and then it's gonna go out east and dump another couple feet. Jesus.
It's a fascination the U.S. has with Israel that makes them support Israel all the time. Uh, Religion, I think.
Hmm. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I missed it.
It's on the screen.
Oh. Well, it's an extension of World War II and the 1948 UN Accord to create the State of Israel. Um, the United States has always looked at supporting Israel as being equivalent to um, fighting World War II over the Holocaust and things like that. Even though they weren't aware of how horrible it was that was going on, but some say they do. Anyways, it's just all part of that extension, part of the liberalism of America. Um, I don't know. I don't have the exact answer. There's a lot of Americans who became Israelis. So we had that interest as well. Golda Meir, one of the premiers, came from my hometown, Milwaukee. So they're kind of like our appendix, I think.
Mm. That might be a good way of putting it. Basically, make sure we'll just remember to charge at least one goat for crossing that bridge.
Yeah, and if it's a good bridge, you could get rich. Set up a troll toll.
Mm. Yeah, I'll have to go see that video. Haven't, but I bet it is pretty good though. And we have an AI in our chat. Hello.
Hi, Ivy. Ivy's involved in a interesting effort in her home country of Netherlands. Do you want to talk about that at all, Ivy, or is it secret?
You're the sister, huh?
Sitting on something. I don't know. Maybe it's a butt plug.
Sister, next. The typo with a.
Oh! I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Yeah, the sister. Ivy is depressed.
Is that because of the response from the project or something else?
Well, he'll buy if he cheers up.
Huh?
Well, he'll buy if he cheers up. Oh, not much. Just the flying monkeys. It's always the flying monkeys. Oh. What else we have to fill the next hour? Let's see. Birthday's tomorrow. That's something to have fun with.
You're having a birthday tomorrow?
Yep. Don't know why.
How many birthdays are you going to be?
44. But apparently I'm supposed to stop counting at 40.
Mm-hmm. 39, actually.
Oh, 39. Okay. So that means I'll be 39 for 5 years.
No, from here on.
Hmm.
I just had my 30th, 39th birthday party.
Ah. Well, unless somebody decides to take me out for dinner, which I have no idea what exactly anybody's got any plans for tomorrow. If that doesn't happen, I'll order myself some pizza and just veg out.
So it's okay if I mention what you're up to, Ivy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just make sure that's okay. Just double check on that before you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so okay.
Ivy has come up with a lovely idea that I would like to see take off. I think it'd be good for everybody involved. To create some sort of network and organizations and ways to get trans people who are not particularly well off and are living in some of the danger states to help them evacuate and move on over to Amsterdam, where they seem to really be happy to take care of people and are very comfortable with American immigrants, as it seems. Or maybe not Americans. Maybe they're just into being nice to immigrants. Something we'd never know about here. But anyways, I don't think she has like a formal name or anything like that. But if you want to get more involved and informed about it, you can find Ivy on Twitter for no difficulty. Let's see, at Ivy 4chan.
Let's see if I can pull that up.
Well, I think it's a very commendable thing to want to create and get involved in. It's filled with pitfalls, but if you don't try, you don't know.
Let's see. No, that's not pulling it up. I'm trying to get Ivy's Twitter over here so I can post it. Well, if you have it, you can maybe post it in the side chat. I don't have it available.
Ivy, could you type your Twitter at in the chat? Ooh, Mark Caesar became a speed limit 2 days ago.
Yeah. Yes, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mark Caesar. Hey, yeah, 55. Good year. Does that make you vintage? No. I'm feeling kind of vintage myself, so. Let's see if I can find them. You need to look that up yourself, huh?
I couldn't tell you my my Twitter at. I'd have to look it up too.
Yeah, same here. Let's see. Ah, here we are. Shall I just take the whole Twitter thing? All right, found your Twitter. Or shitter, I should say. Oh, what was that? Beck, hello.
Hello. I'm sorry I am so incredibly late. I got on a phone call and it turned into a huge conversation.
Well, I'm sorry, we voted you off the island. You'll.
All right, I'm leaving then. You voted me off the island. Hi, Mage. How are you?
Hey.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
How are you, beautiful?
I'm generally okay.
Good.
Not very talented, but I'm okay.
Whatever. You don't have to be talented to be brilliant. It's two different things. And you are brilliant, lady. So what are we talking about? I'm it's coming out day, so I'm assuming that's a huge topic here.
Yeah, that's been touched on a few times.
Ivy is coming out and telling people about her. Well, let's just say a special project she's working on. And if you want to know more than that, you can get a hold of her on Twitter at the published address in the chat.
Okay. Well, I'm ADD and have little short attention span for most things, so I doubt I will. But thank you. Because I'm honest, so I would never do it.
We've already kind of gone through a lot of the news of the last couple of days. Stupid stuff in the news, which is so much of it nowadays.
Oh my God, there's just so much freaking stupidity out there. It's crazy, and with the Israel thing, people cannot establish the difference between being Pakistan and being part of the Hamas.
What?
I swear to God, they're all like, oh, Hamas, Palestine. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Palestine is under the control of Hamas. They don't like it, but that's what's going on. And now Hamas is trying to take over Israel. That's what's going on. It's not Palestine versus Israel. It's Hamas attacking Israel. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, it's the civilians getting caught in the crossfires. That's really a shame.
That's a concern. Yes. Well, we have a bunch of what do they call it? The Iron Dome. We have a bunch of defenses over there, stuff over there that's been set in Israel for use. So we are handing that over to the Israelis to use. So they will have more air defense.
They've had their Iron Dome for quite some time.
Yep.
What seems to have happened in this new incursion here is that the Hamas got past all of Israel's secret defenses, how to get past all of them.
Yeah.
It's like they found out all the passwords and they got into everything all at once. And everybody's going, well, how would Hamas get that kind of information? Well, maybe from their buddies Iran, who supplies them with everything. Oh, well, where did Iran get that info? Well, probably from their buddy Russia, who seems to have received a bunch of not specifically defined top secret files from a particularly nasty president we had once. If you go back into the reporting of the revelation of Trump keeping documents and stuff, there was a point where people said, "Well, we saw him." No, we didn't see. We saw in the records of the secret documents that it appears as though Trump gave Russia all of the internal secrets, military secrets of Iran that the CIA knew about.
Well, the government just did a press conference. Our government did a press conference this morning, and they said that they can find no hand that Iran has had in it right now. They're still digging, but as of this morning, they have found no direct connection with Iran helping them. But they're still digging because they know damn well that Iran had to have something to do with it. They just have to find the proof so they can do something about it.
I like the part where all the opposition is screaming and yelling about, oh, Joe Biden caused this. He gave them $6 billion, and so they spent it on killing Israelis. Dude, the money hasn't been released yet.
It's still sitting there. I know.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't matter. Yes, it does. You can't say you have money if you don't have money. And then it's not even just released. They say, well, what are you going to use it for? And then they inspect and check that before they release it. So it takes months for it to happen, not a couple of days, folks.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. And you know, everybody, there was a bunch of people in the chat saying, how come we didn't catch it? What the fuck? Yeah, man. Well, the honesty is nobody caught it. Israeli intel didn't know. Nobody knew. I mean, they slid in and they did it slick and they kept it, I don't know how, so secret, but they fucking did it. So it wasn't just us that missed it. No one's intel had that, you know, as about to happen. So you can't blame the U.S. Hell, we're not even over there. Come on, guys. This is our main base. We're nowhere near them. You can only blame us so much. Especially when the country itself didn't even know it was coming in.
My television stopped working. Thanks, Biden.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, it was left over from the Trump administration.
No. You're supposed to blame Obama.
Oh yeah, they're starting to call him
anymore.
Biden. They're starting to call what, Jenny? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Not
I was
anymore?
just saying they're starting to call him Biden now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If I was him, I'd take that as a compliment.
And Robert F. Kennedy has officially announced that he's going to run as an independent campaign.
Oh,
and
maybe he'll take some votes away from the Republicans.
And five of his brothers and sisters came out and wrote a letter and said, "Don't do this, folks. This guy is fucking crazy. You don't want to have anything to do with him. He's just trying to destroy He's just trying to destroy the Democratic Party."
I don't know.
Well, the crazier he is, the more likely he'll take Republican votes away. So I'm okay with it.
I think he should be Trump's running mate.
I don't know. I think
does
Biden,
Trump have a running
like,
mate? He's obviously not using Pence. I'm sorry, Mage.
I
I'm just
think,
talking at the same time.
It's a good. I think Biden's actually done better than Obama, but carry on.
Well, his first 3 months proves he's done better than any president ever. He killed more shit that Trump did and instilled more laws to help whatever in his first few months than any other president in history. So, I shadow Freddy Fazbear. Is that Fazbear?
Fazbear? I'd say Fazbear.
Yeah, no, not confusing at all, Ivy number 2.
Fazbear.
But wouldn't it be an O? No, then it would be Fozbear.
Well, it could be Fazbear too. It's in English. We don't really care. We'll just pronounce it like we want.
No, Mark Caesar. Trump doesn't have a mate. It's all business. It's all ripping people off. It's just his family around him. Hell, they don't even trust him.
Yeah, and he hasn't had a buddy since Jeffrey Epstein died.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's why he's so horny these days.
Yeah, he can't get on the island and get his little boys and girls.
I think Trump is a textbook case of antisocial personality disorder.
Mixed with narcissism.
Better known as a sociopath.
Yes, that is what that is.
Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, we're all partially sociopathic. And virtually any politician you pick is will show serious sociopath symptoms.
Well, once they get to the point of I can run for president, they're usually pretty fucking crazy. Oh, thanks for the spelling. That was the same, Freddie. You're supposed to put it down phonetically so we know how to pronounce it.
You pronounce my name J-N-E.
Yeah, mine's Eck. Oh, fuck. Hey, good news, guys. You ready?
Sure.
It looks like I actually have a good job coming here.
Oh yeah?
Good.
Yeah, they sent me the offer letter. They actually allow because I'm not in a driving position or anything, I'm allowed to have cannabis in my system. So I was calling everywhere trying to find somebody to renew my cannabis card for me, and nobody would do it. My PCP does no controlled substances. She won't even do my testosterone. So, and I want to ditch her, but she's fucking brilliant and caught my kidney stuff. So I don't want to let go of her. So I called everywhere and I was like, how the fuck am I going to do this? And so finally I just gave up and I texted Heather and I said, I am very sorry to bother you. I'm stuck. I have nowhere else to turn. I can't afford to go to the dispensaries and pay $250 because that's what they do. Oh, some of the dispensaries have a doctor in clinic and you just walk in and pay cash to get your medical card. But it's $250. I can't afford that. I don't have that money. So I said, I'll give you 50. How about I offer you $50 and you do this for me? And she had it done by the next day and said, don't worry about the money. So every time she tells me that, I always take the money that I was going to pay her and I go down and I'll find a charity somewhere and donate it. So that's what I'm going to do with the $50.
Well, that sounds like a
and
plan.
I got my name changed all in one day today on my card because it had my dead name on it.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, one more. Now, if I could just get that birth certificate done. I mean, honestly, I haven't tried because it's Virginia and I know it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I don't know what the law is for Virginia.
I don't either.
Something to look into.
I just know that it's a Commonwealth that changes some things, and the government there is pretty fucking religious, so I don't know if they're gonna bite.
Wow, I don't even know what a Commonwealth is. I know Kentucky's a Commonwealth and Virginia's a Commonwealth, and there's a few others. But what the fuck is a Commonwealth? Nobody has ever explained that.
The only thing I know that there's a difference, and this is literally the only piece of information I know. If you live together for 7 years in a Commonwealth state, you can claim to be married and, do taxes and everything, blah, blah, blah. You are officially married after 7 years. That's the only thing I know about a Commonwealth state. That's different. And it's a Commonwealth marriage.
No Google, not vagina, Virginia.
Yeah, not vagina, Virginia. Or you could just look Commonwealth versus regular state, and that should tell us the differences.
Remember when Virginia used to be the love state?
Oh yeah, no, it is the state of love.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Except now it's a hate state.
Yeah. Oh no, they love you if you're man and woman getting married. So when John and I got married back in 1998, we went through the JOP, immediate family members came. We had a little party afterwards. Like the block we lived on, we were friends with everybody. All the neighbors knew each other, and they threw a big block party for us and invited everybody. It was a lot of fun. So fast forward 3 years later, and I want a divorce because I'm going to come out of the closet, and I cannot act like, I left him and everything. So, common law marriage. Yeah, same thing, Mark. Yeah.
Unless they've changed it in the past 2 years, there's something that might help you.
So we went to get a divorce, an amicable divorce with no issues, $350. And this is 22 years ago. And we were like, wow, it's expensive. And she said, honey, Virginia's for lovers, not for fighters.
Oh, fuck you, bitch.
She was an old, no, it was funny. She was an old black lady, and she just smirked when she said it. We both laughed.
This is a 2016 guide, but so there might be changes since then. But that PDF might help you with getting some information.
Oh.
Well, they're trying to roll back gay marriage in one of them states. I think it was Virginia, or maybe it was North Carolina. One of the two.
Oh my God, they actually have laws about it. Well, thank you, Mage. That's awesome. Each county has its own shit, pretty much. Okay. I don't know. I can't remember what county it is.
That's
cool, though.
one of them's the McCoy County, and the other one is the Hatfield County.
No, you're getting back into Israel and Palestine again.
No, they've changed. They've changed.
That was funny.
They don't feud each other now. They just shoot gay people and stuff.
What county is Portsmouth, Virginia, in Norfolk County? Okay, I was right. I'll have to. I don't see anything for Norfolk. Anyways, thank you, Mage.
I do a Google search on trans name change, that county in Virginia, and problems. See what you come up with.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea.
If it's more than 10 pages, oh boy.
Yeah, it looks like I have to send in the name change actual piece of paper, which of course I have it. And do the print an application off from online and send it in. Looks like that's it.
Well, you know enough not to send the original, but to send a certified copy, right?
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Well,
Yeah,
like
I'll
I
go
said-
down to my bank. I'll go down to my bank and take care of that. They have all that shit there for free.
Like I said, that's a 2016, so just double check, make sure there aren't anything that got changed in the past few years. So.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you're right. It does say 2016. I'll look. I'm gonna look on the bottom and see if there's been amendments to it since then, and then I'll know if it's valid.
Any changes like we don't allow gay people or trans people to change anything on their records ever.
Yeah, some bullshit like that.
Oh, it's only $12. It's yeah, it's $2 plus 50 cents per page, and then amending the birth certificate is $12, and obtaining a copy is $12. So that's really cheap. It's less than $30. But like you said, it's probably like 50 now because it's been a few years. Yeah, no, Mark Caesar, you're right. They do call it a common law marriage. I don't know why it's said commonwealth, but yeah, you're right. I used to know lots of people that were common law married, lived together forever, and just never got married, but they could file taxes and do all that fun shit together. And
Oh, cool.
yeah, and once you get to that point, like that person is also like they have all the rights of the spouse, you know, for like healthcare stuff and all that. So
They're tearing apart lobsters on TV. I don't want to watch that.
oh my god, don't say that. I want to eat one so bad.
I could never develop
I
the
miss
taste for
meat.
lobster.
I can't wait till Christmas.
What'd you
I'm
say,
gonna go
Mitch?
out.
I could never develop a taste for lobster.
Yeah,
love
me
this-
neither.
Really?
I love the
Oh, I love
smell.
it.
Yeah, I love the smell. I can't taste. I don't like the taste.
That's weird. No, I love
I'll eat shrimp, but I can't eat lobster. It just makes me gag.
shrimp is okay, but I prefer king crab legs and
No,
lobster.
yeah, I don't like crab either.
Yeah, well, they taste very similar, so I bet.
Maybe something to do with body or bottom dwellers.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. They cook them up, and I ain't eating their guts, so
Actually,
I
the
prefer
one
crab to lobster. Yeah.
the one I prefer is blue crab personally.
Okay, so let's talk about LGBTQ stuff and not meat and stuff Beck can't have because my stomach is grumbling and my mouth is
Okay.
watering right now. I'm not kidding. Can't do it. Just anything. Talk about salads. That's fine. Just not meat. No, but I have decided that every birthday and Christmas, I'm going to go out and get a steak and a lobster tail. And I'm going to probably eat the lobster tail and nibble on the steak for days and probably shit myself because my system's not used to it by then. But I'm totally going to do it. I've decided like every 6 months because my birthday's in June. So it's That way, it's every 6 months I can treat myself.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's what I'm gonna do.
Like I was mentioning, my birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. It is. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah. How old are you?
44.
Gonna be 44.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Apparently-
Mark is 55.
Yeah.
Oh man, what does this mean?
Yeah. And Mark just had his birthday a couple days ago.
Yep. Like 4 or 5 days, 3 or 5 days ago, something. Yeah.
And mine was just 10 or so ago.
And you turned 29, right?
Yeah,
Still holding at 29?
my 40th annual 29th birthday. Yes.
Thank you. That's perfect. That's what I thought. Jenny, my 40th annual 29th birthday. Oh,
So if
I
you
just
just
love
go-
how you put things. It's funny.
If you go back to any age physically, which age would you pick? You could stay at that age.
Like
I'd
live
go
in that age or physically be in that age?
Physically
I would-
be that age.
I would go for early 30s or 30 to 35.
Yeah, I think I'd go with 30 myself.
Well, I could go with about 35-ish, but I would have to like transition before that and not start 2 years ago. Because I don't want to go back to having those. I'm good. Not interested.
So you keep the transition, but you go back to the age.
Well, or just transition sooner like I should have, but But see, if I could be physically what I was then, and back then, like where I lived, you didn't like I lived in Virginia, you guys. I was afraid to be gay in Virginia, never mind fucking out as trans. But if I lived in like this day and age with that body, I would absolutely do that transition right away.
Yeah, I think 30 is good for me. I mean, that's just before the arthritis is started up on me, so that'd be good.
Speaking of which,
it's the age that society stops calling you a kid because you're out of your 20s and looks at you just as a young adult who fucks up and stuff like that because they're young. They'll come along.
Oh, I still looked like I was in my early mid 20s and at 30.
actually, Mage, I'm going to change that. I want to go back to when I was 33, which was the year before I fell and lost my first kidney and destroyed the one I have now.
Yeah.
So that would be, I would love to be 30, to have my 33-year-old body back.
Yeah, now, if you were saying that, what age would you pick to start over and live each day again and age normally, but a new start date? I would pick send me back to 13.
I'd still pick the same year.
Well, if I
I
don't
was
have
married to a guy in my 20s. I was raped multiple times. I have no interest in going back to my 20s.
Oh, if I didn't have the stroke over again, I think I'll go with 11.
Yeah, but if you went back, you would know that it's going to happen and it could have been preventable.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Oh, and we get to remember everything we know now? Well, that'd be great.
Oh, shit. I'd be a beast at 33.
Oh, man, I'd twist those damn junior high school teachers into pretzels. Intellectual pretzels.
Well, I could go all the way back to 18 and not smoke pot, so I never got kicked out of the army. That would have been a good move. Of course, most of my abusers were in the army with me, so I don't know if that would be a good thing or not.
Either of you two, did they require, when you were going through like middle school, in social studies, did they make you memorize and be able to identify the shape of and capital of every country in Europe?
No.
Nope. Never had to learn it.
Huh.
I am so lost on geography anywhere but the U.S. I know nothing.
Hell,
That's-
even the U.S. I'm a little shaky on.
That's I think one of the illustrators of the huge difference between education between now and then. We were expected to learn all those, and then you have a section on Asia, and you had to learn all of those. Yeah, and then
Well,
and there's Russia. You don't know nothing about that.
No, we didn't learn anything like that, Jenny. But you have to remember, like I was raised. My mom moved us into the backwoods of West Virginia when I was like 4 years old.
Yeah,
I got a West Virginia education.
Yeah,
and they acted like slavery, like they skimmed over it, like it was nothing. Like, oh, just a little piece of our past. It's gone now.
Yeah,
I had no idea coming out of high school how much racism there was still in the world because everybody around me was white except for that one black kid that came to school. I knew that was horrible, but I didn't know it was everywhere like that. I thought it was just at my school.
Yeah, my formal education sucked as well, so I'm not really sure if I'm a good example or not. So,
Mark, that's a more current thing. We weren't expected to learn a lot more about world history and politics and things when I was in school. In the old days, where we were just learning how to write, and electricity just happened lately, and these kinds of things. When there was only, it was easy to count states because there were only 48 of them.
Yeah. It was so much easier. Those two just killed us, didn't it?
Well, it was easier because the stars on the flag were like in a nice rectangle. They didn't have like these indentations every other line. God, what kind of paragraph is that?
Yeah, really.
Bad.
It's not like he can't align 50 star as a nice even pattern either.
Yeah. Why didn't they just put them all around the outside of the flag?
You can do 10 across, 5 down there. You're good.
Yeah, they should redesign the flag. Just a field of the 13 red and white stripes, and then the blue rectangle in dead center in the field, and then all the stars on the outside edge of the field. Counting up to 50, but make them so that there's room for expansion. So maybe we'll have 60 states someday, or
you guys ever had like a little piece of bone or something that's just moving? You can just move it everywhere inside your hand.
No.
Oh,
not really. No.
I'm playing with it right now. I can move it over top of my knuckle over to the other side and then move it. It's totally free, loose in there.
I used to be able to dislocate my pinky finger on my left hand. That was a bad idea.
It's probably off my ganglion cyst I have. I bet you I smacked it on something and chipped a piece off.
I used to be able to write my name in the snow.
I want to be able to write my name in the snow. So sad about it.
Now when people ask me, I just tell them that my name is Splarch.
I don't like the snow, so I stay far away from it.
Oh no, come on. You haven't lived till you've written your name in the snow. You got to come up for at least one day.
Nope, I was a baby. My mom stuck me on the stove. I cried. That's the end of it. I don't want any more else to do with snow.
You have to wear proper clothes. That's the key. And the snow can be amazing and fun and beautiful. And I'm going to tell you right now, Mage, I'm now in the Southwest. I've lived in the Northeast. I've lived in the Southeast. I've lived in the Northwest. So I've basically lived everywhere in the U.S. with different climates. And there's nothing as beautiful as walking into the woods with everything covered with snow and watching the snow drop off the trees and stuff. It's just so peaceful and amazing. It's like nothing you'll ever. There's no other experience like it.
When we get our first snowfall of the year here, that sticks to the tree branches. Around here with all the bluffs, you can see every tree when the leaves are gone. You see every single tree on the hill, on the bluff, and when it snows, then you see the snow covering the ground, but you also see the snow clinging to each branch, and it becomes this beautiful matrix of almost like fractals, except not consistent and repeatable.
Yes,
but just that kind of fineness and angly stuff, and it's just so peaceful.
Well,
and when it snows really heavy and everything's covered in snow, the sound is dampened. So wherever you are, if you're away from the majority of people, like, suburbs / rural, it's just dead quiet. It's the snow just absorbs all the sound. And when it's gone, everything is so clean afterwards. It's amazing. It just cleans everything.
And when it gets cold enough, the snow has fallen, and then the temperature drops the next day or two, and you go out and walk, and the snow is so cold that it becomes crunchy.
Yeah,
and
the
it
top
squeaks,
has a crust on it.
It squeaks as you go by.
Yep. Crunch. Yep.
Well, if I want snow, I'll just stick my head in a freezer that needs defrosting.
Yes, but how long can you keep it there, huh?
Well, Mage, once I get up to Oregon and get my tiny home community, you can always come up and visit for a few days in the winter, and I'll put you in a tiny home for free. You don't have to pay anything. You just pay the airfare or whatever, and you can experience snow and then leave and go back home to your nice warm Florida. How about that?
No, thank you.
Oh God, man, you gotta experience. Do you know how beautiful Oregon is in the snow? Oh my God. The whole Northwest when it snows is just fucking gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Yes, but it's also cold.
You don't have to be out in it. You can sit inside and look at it.
Now, come on, Mage is grown up and as much in love with 100 degrees and 100% humidity every single day with rain.
Or without it.
It's just different than us.
I was born in El Paso, Texas, and then moved to Florida. I don't have the acclimation for cold.
No,
I get it. It only takes 1 year.
Yeah, you'd say that, but I have trouble dealing with the summers here. It's too hot for me.
You go through your first winter, and it's very difficult. But by time spring comes around, you're used to it. And the next year, you're more used to it faster. It only takes about a month to be used to fuck winters here.
Right.
And then eventually you get used to it with the first snowfall. You realize, oh yeah, winter's here. Fuck. And then it's okay.
I mean, I can't even adapt to the Florida winters, so I can't imagine adapting to snow.
God.
Honestly, I would rather it be 20 degrees and snowy than 100 degrees and humid any day of the fucking week. Because I can put clothes on, but I can't take my skin off to cool myself off.
How about 30 degrees and humid?
Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
That can be, if there's wind with that too, it can be pretty miserable. If the wind isn't blowing, it's perfectly tolerable. The wind is the killer in winter. I don't care what temperature it is, I can deal with it. Put some wind on there, and it becomes a painful experience for me.
Well, that's like here, the coldest it usually gets in the wintertime here is like 10 degrees. But the wind is what makes it 10 degrees because it's always windy here. In the summer, in the spring, summer, and fall, you need it to survive. Otherwise, you just fucking turn into a ball of sweat and just a puddle. But in the wintertime, it sucks. Being at 7,500 feet with lots of wind all the time sucks. But only for 3 months. Well, not even. Like 2 months. It gets pretty cold for about 2 months here.
Well, I'm just hoping this storm that's coming at us now isn't going to snow. Because it's pretty cold north of here. In the 40s. Today we're only going to hit 60, 61 maybe. And at night it was, we had our first frost. It was 33, 32, something like that.
We have a nerdy rodent and on the sofa. I guess it's better than being off the sofa.
I need to excuse myself for a few tinkles.
Okay.
Okay, have fun. We'll be right here.
Waiting. Judging.
Really, the only reason I know the geography, I look back at Mark Caesar's comment, Americans don't know anything outside the U.S., not much in the U.S. these days. If I hadn't have been a truck driver, I wouldn't know the states the way I do and everything. That's just honest to God truth. Like, I knew most of them coming out of high school, but I just didn't care. But then once I became a truck driver and drove through all of them, I have an entire map in my head and with exactly where the interstates are too. I'd be off by probably 100 miles on each one, but pretty damn close.
Yeah, most of my education was self-taught or from my dad, so the schooling in here sucked. And I've done it now. I've started giving Molly a belly rub, and if I stop up, she's going to give me the death stare.
Yeah. Shit.
She keeps trying to suck on her foot. Oh, I don't want you sucking on your foot. You slobber all over their foot, and then you kick me with it.
I should go down and get a new COVID vaccine. They're going to fucking make me. I'm looking at an email from them right now.
Yeah, good idea anyway.
Yeah, but the fucking vaccine makes me sick and I don't get sick and I hate it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I'll go down. What's today? Wednesday. I got to be in there Friday. I'll go down tomorrow and get it done. I haven't had a COVID vaccine in year and a half, so I know that what I have is not up to date enough for them.
Yeah, I probably should update mine as well. I mean, kind of putting
I just
it
have
off.
to go in and get a booster, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. I'll just go down to the same. I went down to Albertson's pharmacy last time. They had me in and out in 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's about the experience I've had with it. Little shot in the arm, fine.
Yeah, wait 15 minutes and you can leave. Yeah, they do that shit to you.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't pass out or anything. Have any allergic reactions.
Well, actually, they didn't do that with the boosters or the second shot. That was only the first one they had me wait.
Nerdy, I do have a passport because I went to Costa Rica and I had to get a passport. It is now expired, but I could spend, $100 and get it renewed or whatever. But why? I'm not going anywhere. I have no money to leave the fucking city I'm in. Never mind the state. Never mind the country. So there's no sense of me getting one done. I know a lot of people have them that are rich because they leave all the time, but I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, I don't travel very well myself, so.
I don't have the flu vax either. Oh my God. If I got those together, it would kill me.
Oh.
I gotta get my flu vax soon. This is the longest I've ever waited. I'm scared. Did you hear about that Olympic gymnast Mary Lou Retton from years ago? She's fighting for her life with pneumonia.
Mary Lou Retton is?
Yeah.
My sister grew up with her, right?
And she doesn't have any insurance.
Oh my God.
Usually with the COVID boosters and vaccines and all that, what I did was I'd make sure I get them on Friday, so I'd have the whole weekend to be able to just veg out and deal with any side effects.
I have never had side effects to any immunization I've ever gotten.
You're lucky.
I think just some people are, better than others, I guess.
Genes. Just genes. That's like I didn't get sick from COVID. I worked in a doctor's office. Every single person in that doctor's office got COVID 1 to 2 times. I did not get it at all. I haven't had the flu since 2013.
Or maybe you're just asymptomatic.
Huh?
Or maybe you're just asymptomatic.
No, I mean, I know when I'm sick because, I get really sick for 3 days when I get anything because I don't ever get anything. So when I get it, I feel like shit. So I'm not used to it.
The last time I really had a bad flu was around my grandmother's birthday. It was her last birthday before she died, too. I couldn't see her because I was so sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Sucks.
I when I think of COVID, yeah, it's all these people are sick and they're dying and their families are hurt and all that kind of stuff. But
Right.
having spent my years working in a hospital, I have to think about the nursing staff who puts every ounce of their effort into these people for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they drop dead. And then they don't have time to even think about it. They got to go to the next one because they got 20 patients when they should only have 5. And I don't know. I feel sorry for the people I knew. It's tough.
Yeah. When was the last? March of 22 is the last time I got a fucking booster.
Voting for? I don't think you know. I know I don't need a passport to vote here.
Well, you will if you move out of Florida because we all know it's a foreign country. It's just un-United States.
Oh, Mark, you're right. I can get the man flu now and make everybody take care of me and be really whiny. Thank you.
There is actually.
I have no one to take care of me, so there's no sense in doing it.
There actually is some truth to the man flu thing.
Explain.
Apparently, men actually do feel the symptoms of flu more intensely than women.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the bottom line is women can take pain better. Their bodies are more resistant naturally, of course. We all know that. So when you get the pain and aches and stuff, men get them worse because women can take pain better because otherwise they would pass out during childbirth and they wouldn't be able to push. So.
Something I've always wondered about the human animal is how is it that we grew into a species that required assistance to deliver their baby? Is every other animal on Earth, everything is just total instinct. They know exactly what to do in what order of things and how to do this and how to do that, and they walk away from it the same day. And humans, it's a gigantic production. It's sometimes deadly. It's just a very difficult, dangerous time in a woman's life, and she requires help to do it. Yes, there have been unassisted births, but for the most part, it's pretty risky.
Yeah.
I just wonder how we evolved that direction. I don't get it. You'd think it'd be antithetical to continuing the species.
You'd think. Well, that's just another point against creation. That's all. Just like, how come our heart is one of the most important organs in our body and we only have one? 2 kidneys, 2 lungs, 1 heart, 1 brain.
We should definitely have 2 brains. And we should have 2 hearts, and we should probably have 2 assholes. Well, some people are 2 assholes all at once.
Yeah, I was going to say, that shit just spews out their mouth, too, so they don't need another asshole. Jenny.
Maybe separate the urinary tract and reproductive system.
I don't know.
A bit more,
it seems to work pretty good.
I'd
like it if they had some kind of little protective wall between, the vagina and the anus, but
so that way somebody doesn't stick it in the wrong hole by accident. But otherwise,
you just have one hole for all the waste and one hole for all the fun.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that though.
Well, you don't. Your fun is in the same valve. We have different setup. It is separate here.
Nerdy said, "Wait a minute, you guys have brains?"
Brains.
We might actually go along with that, Nerdy, if you weren't so fucking hilarious and witty and brilliant. But yeah, we don't believe you.
I heard that alert. I didn't get zombified, but if anyone wants, if everybody's okay for me nibbling on their brain a little bit, I'm up for it.
Okay.
Nerdy, I
Time to
just
go.
went back and saw your comment about your sister. I could never ever work on a pediatric ward. I would just be in tears nonstop. I just can't deal with sick children. It hurts so bad to see them and not being able to
Yeah.
make it go away.
The only thing
Yeah.
I would be able to do on a pediatric ward without like crying all day or being like sad is if I went in and entertained and made them laugh. Otherwise, I could not do a 8 or 10 hour, 12-hour shift as a nurse on it. No, it's just horrible what happens to some of these kids.
Yeah, I even hear some of the entertainers have a hard time with it. Is they'll like do their act and entertain the kids, and after they walk out of the room, they'll break down. I've heard of that happening.
Yeah.
Not surprising at all. Makes me all the more anger feeling that all these goddamn jock athletes run around, pointing up to Jesus and getting down on my knees and praying to Jesus because I got a touchdown. And well, what happened to that kid that died? He was wasting time with you and your touchdown, and that kid died.
Yep.
Whose fault is that? Yours or theirs?
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is if God exists, he either the Christians are totally fucking wrong and the Bible's a bunch of shit and he's a great guy, or it's right and he's a piece of shit. So, and that's if he exists. So I don't know. I highly doubt it. Considering I have treated everybody with respect and care and consideration, I'm overly considerate. I do things for other people before I take care of myself, and yet my life has been total hell. So being a good person doesn't mean shit. I wish I was born an asshole. I'd probably be rich right now and have everything I could possibly want in this world.
Of course, kudos to Chadwick Boseman, the late Chadwick Boseman, going into cancer children wards. He's dying of cancer himself at the time, and entertaining kids.
Did you know that they dedicated the movie "The Harder They Fall" to him?
Oh, really?
He died right before they started doing. Yeah, I was doing the COVID testing on all the cast, so I was on the set.
Oh, wow.
And they named the train on the set after him. They changed the name of the train to Boseman to honor him in the movie. Yeah.
Which movie was that again?
The Harder They Fall. It was a Netflix movie. It's an all-black cast, which is why you haven't heard much about it. And there's only like a handful of white people in the whole movie, like 6 or something.
Was he in this, or was it just a
No,
renaming?
he was not. No, he died right before it started being filmed. So he died like I think 4 months or something like that before they started doing the shooting on it. But it's got Idris Elba, Regina King, Zazie Beetz, what's his name? I can't believe I forgot his name. The Blue Ranger from the latest Ranger movie. RJ Seiler. That's it, RJ Seiler.
Yeah.
He is funny as fuck, and he is high all the time. He is hilarious. He was the coolest, most fun person to be around on the whole set. Like, he'd come up every morning, right? Because they'd have to come over to our booth and get tested, right? So he'd pull up and open the SUV door, and this fucking pot smoke would roll out. And he'd come up to us and be like, "Yo, man, what's up, man?" And we could only do like the elbow bumps, no fist bumps, no handshakes, no nothing. So he'd come around to all of us and like jumping around, playing around, elbow bumping everybody. All right, let's get this shit done, man. I got a movie to make. He was hilarious. Just the nicest guy in the fucking world. He doesn't care what you look like, what color you. He just doesn't give a shit. He's just a nice dude.
The funniest thing I remember from early COVID was when people around the world were first learning, that you got to stay 6 feet away from each other and blah, 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 blah. And some guy, I think it was in France, made this big 12-foot disc that he would wear around his waist that would keep everybody 6 foot away in any direction.
Yeah.
Well, that's like they were doing it with the pool noodles. People were attaching pool noodles to a hat and putting the hat on So they had clearance all the way around them.
Oh God.
Yeah, I remember.
I
seeing
know
that.
they were literally walking around like that.
Yeah, people were
Like,
scared.
you know what you could do? You could get a vaccine and a mask. That's what you could do.
Well, this that was before the vaccines were out.
Well, no, that's true. But they were still doing that pool noodle shit after the vaccines came out, as far as I know. Unless I was off when I saw it.
Yeah, I saw one guy. He didn't want to put it on the hat because it kept getting imbalanced and the wind would blow it off and things like that. So he basically sewed those pool noodles to a pair of underwear which he wore on the outside of his pants.
Oh Jesus!
Apparently, he got hit on by lots and lots of women that day. I don't know.
Oh, must have been good underwear.
Well,
Jesus.
Okay, now I know.
I'm good, thanks.
Now you know. If you want to get hit on by a lot of women, just put your underwear on your outside on the outside.
Well, that's what
Yeah, my-
Superman does.
My cats are like super fly killers. They are so fast. Fuck. I don't even know how they do that. That was a big fly. He's really chewing on it.
Ew.
Better in his mouth and in his gut than I'm flying around me.
Yeah, see,
I try to get him to eat him.
I usually just throw them in my mouth and drink the water like a pill. It's
Yeah. No, he likes to chew them up. It's so weird because he only has like half his teeth. He has a birth defect. He doesn't have all his teeth. He has like 2 baby teeth on each part, and then like 3 adult teeth, and that's it.
Okay, later, Ivy.
bye bye.
Ivy.
Bye bye. Aye.
Yeah, aye. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so you'd think that he'd be the cat that would swallow everything whole. No, the cat that has all her teeth, she swallows shit whole. He chews them up. So I don't know. Makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I heard this joke. How many people does it take this? How many people with ADD does it take to screw in a light bulb? Want to go bike riding?
Yes, that is correct. I would love to go bike riding. Let's do it. What were we talking about?
Something about cats.
Yeah. That's it.
How many people we got in here right now?
Good question. Let's see.
6 or 8.
I don't even know if this thing gives me an accurate number. YouTube's saying 11, but I don't know.
Okay, well that's enough.
I see 11 on YouTube.
In keeping with our selected subject for today, peeps, it being National Coming Out Day, I thought that I would share with you folks and come out to you all as that I'm gay.
Oh, fuck! I gotta go, Mage. I don't hang out with gay people. It's weird.
Well,
I don't understand them.
Fine, go if you need to. I understand. No, I don't understand, but I'll allow
it. Hey, I'm not gay. Well, I don't know. I might be. I have seen a couple little femi twinks that I'd probably go after, but they were taken. So,
Ivy, just Ivy, but the I is a little cute little marmoset of some sort, and just really like one of the tiniest things around, and they got this big long finger, we'd use for saying fuck you, but they use it for digging things out of holes in trees and stuff, and whatever, never mind.
Jenny, whatever.
Good night, Ivy. Don't do anything I wouldn't. Well, yeah, there's lots of things you can do that I can't. So, like ride a motorcycle.
Mark said, "I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is." That's funny.
Well, that's good because then you won't have to worry about him spilling your secret.
So we just run out of stuff to say here. Should we start wrapping this up?
Well, all parties have a little bit of a lull in them about every 7 to 8 minutes. They just tone down a little bit and then they pick back up.
That's true.
It's what people do. Well, that and other things. I don't do those things because I'm pure at heart and pretty much virginous.
I'm just sitting here looking at the comic book where they retconned Iceman as being gay.
A what?
Huh?
Oh, the X-Men Iceman. They retconned him to be gay in 2013.
Oh, I see. 2013?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
then it's kind of like 10 years past that.
Exactly like.
Wonder how his parents took it.
Well, and the character, his father is a huge bigot, so I imagine that went well there.
Well, see, that would be a good reason to make the character gay, so you can deal with that in the story.
Yeah, I've been kind of going back and forth whether I should include that in my own fanfics or not. There's really good storytelling that can be done, but the thing that would have to change is how they introduced it, which wouldn't be a problem for the way I'm going about it. Because even the people who liked the retcon had issue with how they went about it, because they basically had it where Jean Grey almost kind of mind wiped him and dragged it out of him in story, which was a lot of people had issue with that.
Good night, Sofa. Sleep tight.
Night, Mike.
Dream
It's
about
good seeing
us.
you. No, don't dream about me. I'm a nightmare.
Oh man, I want some lasagna.
I was just thinking. I got the cat treats out, and I opened up the cabinet, and I saw a jar of this. I found this really good pre-made spaghetti sauce. It's so good. I mean, I add a little bit of spices to it, but it's pretty good. And I saw that, and I just thought, ooh, I need to make spaghetti. And then Jay chimes in with the lasagna, which I cannot have. Can't have the cheese.
Yeah, too much cheese, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well, if you can find
Unless it's the plant cheese, and the plant cheese just isn't the same. I'm sorry, doesn't melt right. It's just not the same.
Yeah, they need to work on that, huh?
The American slices, the American cheese slices they make actually taste halfway between regular cheese and Kraft American, so they're not too bad. Those are actually pretty good to put on burgers and shit. But the shredded stuff they give you is just not. It just, I don't know. It's okay, but it just doesn't melt right.
Oh, Greg's going Betty by 2. Good night, Greggy.
Night, Greg.
I guess we should probably wrap this up with our audience is going to sleep here.
Well, but we've got a minute and 45 seconds here.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks again, Greg, for being a supporter of my channel. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. You guys are paying my StreamYard bill every month.
Yeah, we'll wait until for the 2-hour mark. How's that sound? So we got another minute and a half here or so.
So, Mage, what do you have to shill? Shill yourself.
Well, like I said, I got my birthday tomorrow, so I guess I'll just put my Amazon link out.
Hey, wait a minute. Your birthday? Were you having a party at 5 o'clock? Because I got this order that I'm supposed to jump out of some cake or something other. Some guy in Florida turning 44.
Actually, Mark Caesar, if I was going to do a lasagna recipe, I would get plant-based cheeses. I would get some Impossible burgers and chop them up and put them in. I actually have one in my fridge right now, so I'm going to cook that and chop it up and throw it in the spaghetti sauce. The Impossible burger is the only thing I have found that I really like to eat that's plant-based.
There are. That's
Like I like the taste of it.
Have you ever had TVP, textured vegetable protein?
I have not. I have looked at it. I saw that you can like it's like a powder and you can add water to it and shape it into whatever, add any spices to it. Is that stuff you're talking about?
Well, it might be, but the only ones I've heard of is actually like raw in the meat counter or something like that.
Oh, really? I haven't looked there. I'll check that next time I'm going to go to the store tomorrow. So.
There was something I got. I can't remember what it was. Mayo soup protein. It's the fungal-based protein. As an alternative, I had these like nugget things I got from the store once and tried them. They're kind of like fast food chicken nuggets and how they tasted.
You mean I can make food with that stuff between my toes?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So hard, man. And then and the food's so expensive, and you have to like buy it, and then you try it, and then you hate it, and no one else wants it, so you can't give it away. So I throw it out. I throw it out into the field out here for the animals to eat because I don't want to just throw food.
Yeah, and they won't have it either.
They won't eat it either.
No, the fucking pack rats will eat that shit. Pack rats will eat anything.
Okay, back where you got the show.
I will be on Sunday at 4:20 p.m. Eastern as usual. I am starting a new job soon, so I don't know if that's going to change what days I'll be working. But I'm going to try to keep it on the weekend. So it might switch to Saturday or something. I do not know yet. So there's that. But otherwise, 4:20 p.m. Eastern every Sunday on my channel. You know, topics, politics, advocacy, human rights, all that stuff.
Jenny?
I got a lot of nothing. Next week, this show again. We do it every week. I have no weekend shows specifically set up. However, you never know when I'm going to wind up in a Hoochazuzits live show on TikTok, screaming at ignoramuses and right wingers about trans issues. They think we're groomers and stuff.
Next time you go into a live stream on TikTok, Jenny, send me a link to whoever it is because I want in on that. I'll come in and no, I can't go live yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you guys follow me on TikTok, please, so I can get enough subscribers to go live.
I don't know how to make a link on TikTok. There's a lot I don't know about TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just a little arrow share button. You just click that, copy it, paste it to wherever. All the way on the right bottom corner.
All right, I'll see if live has that. I don't know.
Can you put your link to your TikTok in the side chat there?
I don't know my address on TikTok. I think it may be
you or Beck, both of you.
Yeah, no, I don't know it. I'll have to find it and do that next time.
Okay, I'll do it right now. Hold on, let me bring it up.
It might be it might be
it
might be Bonzoik's space or Bonzoik's of MN Minnesota MN, but I don't remember. I had one of my first account was suddenly unavailable. Didn't tell me that I got canceled or nothing. It just didn't show up anymore. So I had to start a new account. And
there's my TikTok.
All right.
What the Beck I couldn't use. It had been taken over like 5 million times, and they wanted to put some huge number on the end that they wouldn't even let me use my birthday. So I changed it to what duh. What duh Beck. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know there's Becks out there, but Jesus Christ, is there that many of them?
Now imagine if your last name was Smith.
Like where I live. Oh God, forget that. Where I live, there are no Becks. Like everybody's like, oh, I'm sorry, which? Oh, like the artist. No one says, "Oh, I have a friend named Beck." No one says that. They always say like the artist.
Hmm.
Oh, like the musician. Yeah.
No,
yeah
everybody
like
just
that.
keeps saying 8675309 to me. That's
Mm.
Well, yeah, I understand why. I mean, 8675309. What's
Yeah,
funny
okay.
is
I
you
wonder
guys
if the
do know
phone.
that there's a radio station on the West Coast that took that as their phone number, right? With their area code. Yeah.
I was just wondering if all the phone companies would have put a block on that number. I guess they're not that smart.
People used to call it all the time too.
Mm-hmm.
Now if
I
you call,
did.
you get a radio station. That's why the radio station took it. I think it's in
Okay.
California or something.
Okay, everybody in the chat, that's your assignment for next week to report back on is to dial 867-5309 in your area code.
And report
And
back to us what you get.
yeah.
All right. Well, ending this now. See you guys later.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Don't get caught.
Later.